Hello everyone, my name is Marcus G. Welcome to my channel. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button, and give this video a like up. In the new season of the NBC firefighter drama, his story is driven by a physical disability. I'm incredibly grateful for every day I'm on the show, and I will be grateful until whenever my last day is. David Eigenberg, an actor who has worked on stage and screen for 40 years, sees his job as a roller coaster ride with some ups and downs. Eigenberg tried his hand at acting after getting out of the U.S. Marine Corps Reserve with honors in 1986, but his early years as an actor seemed to be marked by more problems than wins. At one point, he thought about becoming a building worker. But soon after, the young actor who was hopeful had wins and good auditions. Eigenberg became famous to millions of people in 1999 as Miranda Hobbs's Cynthia Nixon, on-again, off-again boyfriend, husband, and then ex-husband on the HBO classic Sex and the City and its sequels. Some might say, though, that he became a bigger star when he joined the cast of NBC's Chicago Fire's Firehouse 51 in 2012. Berg plays Christopher Herman, a tough, no-nonsense firefighter who loves his wife, 5 kids, and the rest of the Firehouse family. There are some old guards at Firehouse 51, like Herman. But as we saw in the first 3 episodes of Season 12, he is having problems in his personal life that might make it hard for him to keep working as a fireman. Herman saves the firehouse from a package bomb in the first episode, but the blast knocks him out and severely damages his hearing. To keep his job as a first responder, the experienced firefighter has to wear hearing aids, and Eigenberg can relate to this story because he too wears hearing aids. We recently talked on Zoom with a Chicago resident about his career, including how people reacted to his, and just like that storyline, his love for the city, why he reached out to the writers to start Herman's Season 12 arc, and why he doesn't mind a changing of the guard so many seasons into a drama. At some point, I'll feel like I need to hand off the torch. First, you pulled off your own stunt with the bomb and the package in the first show, right? Yes, for this one. That was cool. We filmed this scene across the street because they wanted to see my face. This isn't something we normally do because we work with mortars. They're usually big steel containers that can stand on their own. They can be 3 to 4 feet tall and 24 to 30 inches across, and they're full of gas, soot, and dirt. Then they pop. They are pushed together, pop, and then catch fire. But this one was a controlled blast, which isn't like the others we've done. The fireball was bigger, and it started on its own instead of being released at a set time. When they said, "We'd love to see your face," it was really cool because our action performers are some of the best in the business. Without a doubt, they care about our lives and health and will do everything they can to protect us. Then they got really serious and asked, "Are you sure you're okay with this?" And I said, "Yeah. It's not fair to talk about this without mentioning our guys. Brian Peters is great, and we've been doing tricks together for a long time." Because of this, Herman is in a fear mode. In episode 2 from last week, we saw that he lost a lot of hearing while protecting his friends from the package bomb. Why didn't he want to get help right away when another fireman saw what was wrong? It's true that everyone likes the show and the stories. It's possible that someone gave their life for us and gave us a kick in the pants. There is a risk because you don't know when your hearing will start to get worse or how fast it will get worse. In Chicago, there are firefighters who are blind and firemen who have hearing lost and wear hearing aids. But at some point, you can't do your job if you can't keep yourself and other people safe. And I think it's pretty clear that Herman loves his job. He's open and honest because he loves the people he works with. There's also the matter of your age in the real CFD. You have to quit at some point. Also, that's true in almost every way. It's true for me on this show because it's so hard on my body that there will come a time when I'll have to pass the torch. I hope the show goes on for a very long time. I have faith that Herman will be fine. We'll see. I saw that you have hearing aids on. If so, was this planned for you in the show? Because I need them now, it was put into the show. Years have passed since I last had them. I used to wear them, but this year I told the writers in an email, you know, I'm kind of at a point where I just can't hear very well these days. My hearing is bad because I've hurt my body too much, had too many concussions, and done too many dangerous things in my life. I thought it was great that they added it, and they were kind enough to do so. For the reason that many people use them now. It's just the way things are. You know, it's made me sad sometimes. I don't love it. However, they are a useful tool for getting through life, since without them and being able to hear, you become less involved. You're no longer in the loop, and putting them on makes you part of the group again. It's great that we can use it, so thank you. Does it make you or the other actors sad when regulars die or are written off? It has a lot of layers when different people die. It's on different levels. I mean, there's been a lot of sadness about leaving. We all know about it. Younger people don't always know everything, and things can change. To be an actress, you have to be ready for change. But that doesn't mean you don't feel sad when the guard changes. I always say something. My life has had many ups and downs over the course of 40 years, and things have changed. There are years when things are really bad, and it took me a long time to get started. Jobs come and go. You have hope. But in show business, you don't cry. It's clear that I'm stealing from A League of Their Own when I say that we cry over our love for each other, but not over I didn't get the job. If we're talking about change, were you surprised by how people reacted when Steve and Miranda broke up and just like that? Making that choice was really cool. It didn't bother me. I believe people do change. I'm totally cool with the LGBTQ community, and I love that they told that story to bring some light and love to it. So I was good, and Steve was good with it too, when I think about that character's heart. Broken hearts bite, and sometimes they hit you in the teeth. Please tell me about some of the jobs you've had in Chicago. You play a big part in Chicago Fire. What have you learned about the city? The firefighters who work for us and have stuck with us are great, and they love the show. They love how we speak for them. People who come to Chicago are loved. People come from all over the world to the real Firehouse 18 on South Blue Island. Some days it's like the beautiful UN, with people from Iowa, Chicago, England, Ireland, Germany, Switzerland, Israel, and Brazil. Every time you cross the street, I ask, "Where are you from?" Since you never know who you might meet. It was perfect to shoot in that city. There is a Chicago. There are beautiful, rich, and rough parts of it. We shoot in Skokie, Berwyn, Blue Island, the South Side, the North Side, and the West Side. We've also been able to spend time with people in all the neighborhoods. I've been able to run the city with the real fire department on real calls. I wear my outfit behind me so I don't stand out. I love seeing how the first rescuers helped people in need in all of the neighborhoods and cities in this city. It's possible for it to be hard, beautiful, and kind. This is what I want our show to be about, and it's why I love working on it. The show was great. When our team gets together, I swear that every other day an actor will say, "I could not ask for a better job." When you were younger, you lived in Chicago for a while before moving to New York, right? When I was 5, my family, and I moved to Illinois. My dad was from the Bronx and my mom was from upstate New York. I was born on Long Island. After that, we moved all over the Chicago suburbs. I've never lived in the city. This is where I started my job in the city. In 18 years, I had a bad past, and I didn't fit in at college. I joined the Marine Corps. After my active service time was over, I went to Washburn Trade School on the south side of Chicago while I was in the reserves. Then I was in a play here in Chicago in 1983, or maybe even earlier. It was around 40 years ago. In other words, I moved around and started my job here. I then came back and am now here. I could also live out my golden years here in Chicago. It's funny. That means you still hang out in Chicago when you're not working, right? You don't go back to Hollywood or New York. I'm here, not there. My wife and 2 kids are here with me. Everyone I know from all of the One Chicago shows pretty much lives here. I enjoy the city. We play rough in the streets of Chicago. People are always surprised that we live and shoot here. Several people at Mariano's, a nearby food store chain, were confused when I told them what I saw today. "What are you doing here?" they asked. "I've lived 5 blocks away from this place for about 12 years, I said. If you do happen to see someone here, they're usually so nice when they do say hello. Just calling out to say, I love the show, and want a quick shot is the right amount of time. I only have to give it 30 seconds of my time, so it's not too much. I love the people we make happy, but everyone is very polite. You've been along for the whole ride. How do you feel about leaving your mark on Chicago Fire? Everyone gets along well with me. I'd like to be there, but it's Chicago Fire. An abundance of wonderful players and people have come through the show and brought wonderful gifts. There's a lot going on right now, and it's great to see some people coming back to watch the show. We also think about the artists who have worked with us in the past. We miss people and talk about them all the time. That's it for the show. But the show has to change and grow. That's how grateful I am for every day on there, and I will stay grateful until my last day. And when the end comes, I will say goodbye in a kind way. On that day, I will be very thankful. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe my fast gossip to our channel and stay with us.